What is up, everybody? We are back. Unfortunately, we are back. Unfortunately, I know. You guys see my pale white face on the screen every day doing unboxings, reactions. I know you get sick of me. And I have Omega's not here tonight because it's past her bedtime. She has school in the morning, Omega. But I have AHSOKA's in the back that will protect me and her tonight when the werewolves come out, you know? When they come out, you know? And that's the best thing, you know? Yeah. Before we start this amazing, awesome Q&A interview with my new friend Avery, some of you may know her on Instagram. She'll tell her all about herself when I'm done with this. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The AHSOKA Tano Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, sexiness, awesomeness, Grogu-ness, AHSOKA-ness, Omega-ness, and all that Star Wars jazziness. Woo! That's my woo. So Avery, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right. Just got off of a shift when it was supposed to be my day off, but you know, that's how adult life is outside of Star Wars and the world around it.
And a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, definitely. Wish I was in a galaxy far, far away right now.
I think we all do. I think we all hope that. One day. One day.
Oh, right. One day. Oh, yes, one day.
So Avery, introduce yourself to the world of worlds. You know, we know you as... I keep forgetting your Instagram handle name. But...
Oh, you're fine. I forget how to pronounce your name a lot, so it's okay. Scavoli, right?
Scavoli, yeah, Scavoli.
Scavoli, okay, yeah. So my name is Avery Wagner. You may know me as the Fangirl Awakens, or on my personal account as Avery K. Tano. Yes, did I not use my last name? No, but it has a ring to it, okay? And I'm accepting it. And I have been pretty much in the fandom since I was like 8 years old, and I really got introduced to it when Instagram kind of blew up, and I've been blogging on the Fangirl Awakens since 2012, 2013. Long time. It's almost 8-9 years now. Yeah. And that's where I blog, make edits, talk, ramble, all that stuff. And that's where you can find me, the Fangirl Awakens.
All that awesomeness. And don't worry, we'll put all her information in the bio for this episode when it comes out.
Yay!
So this was a kind of interesting because I didn't know you actually wanted to be on the show until you commented under the post, and I was like, it was fun.
I just was, it was more like half joking because you had my friend Sam, you know, Thank You Ashley Eckstein on there.
Yes.
And I saw you guys' thing, which I haven't finished it yet, because adult life, sadly, you can never finish things you enjoy. I was just, like, I've never been on a podcast or anything like that, and I always am up to discuss anything. And I was just shooting my shot there, because I've seen some of your videos, and I just thought, hey, you know, like, oh, I wish I could join, and he was like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, we don't even know each other, but okay, I'm always down. I'm always down.
Because when you commented, I was like, she wants to be on the show? I was like, that's interesting because no one has asked me to like be on like my show.
Okay.
I would ask them first, you know?
Oh, okay, so I'm the first that was very forward. Okay.
Yeah. So then
I'm usually pretty forward.
I think once I got that comment, I already like, I think I DM'd you, right? I DM'd you.
Yeah,
right after that.
yeah, you were like, hey, DM me. And I was like, oh, okay. Shoot my shot.
And you won.
I've seen your videos and how you talk, you know, with discussions. And we both have a common thing where we love Star Wars, especially AHSOKA and Ashley Eckstein. So I was like, we could probably talk a lot about it because I love talking about AHSOKA and Ashley. Sometimes I contemplate, do I love Star Wars or do I just love AHSOKA? Like, is there, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's two different things.
Right. It's like there's these, I love Star Wars for AHSOKA, and then there's Star Wars. AHSOKA Star Wars. Like, that's how the level is. AHSOKA Star Wars. Like, there's a new project coming out. Is AHSOKA in it? No.
We watch it anyway. Nope, we just watch it anyway.
Right. We'll still watch it. Unless Dave is working on it, then you know she's gonna come in there.
Yeah, because that's Dave's girl right there. AHSOKA, right in.
He has to have her in it, and I love him for that. I mean, he has to. I feel like when he didn't have him resistance, he was like, "What's missing? What is missing in my life?"
So we agreed we would do a Q&A about Ashley and AHSOKA. We know what we're saying. When we say Ashley,
the same person.
Yeah.
Same person.
Yeah. So do you have any questions that I'll answer, and then you'll just answer the same one, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
We'll do it like that.
Yeah, definitely. Since okay, so this was when I was thinking. So, what is your favorite AHSOKA or Ashley merch that you own? And it could be anything.
That I own. I own a lot.
Same. It's hard to pick one.
It is. I think, like, my favorite, like, I really don't have a favorite. I think I know I'm biased because I love everything that AHSOKA has. So it's like, even with her universe, when she comes out with something AHSOKA, like, I have it, you can't see it because AHSOKA's blocking. Like, you're always blocking stuff. Always blocking.
But we want her to block our view.
Yeah.
She's the view herself. She's the view.
There you go. There you go. Like, I have such a...
I'm sorry, I was gonna say I have such like a huge lesbian crush on her. Like, she was the one that really helped me realize I was a lesbian. So I love her in all, like, if I was married, but if she came out and they were like, Star Wars characters exist, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, wifey, but I'm gonna have to leave you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, she was there first. I'm sorry. Like, that's how it is with me.
AHSOKA for the win.
Yep, AHSOKA for the win. Like, if she, literally right now, if she came down, sorry to interrupt your questioning, if she came down and was like, Avery, do you want to ditch everything you know on Earth and come travel space with me? I'd be like, hell yeah, bring my cat Turk and just be on my, like, forget everything, forget my family, friends, everything. I'll just be like, deuces, I'm gonna be with AHSOKA Tano. It's my dream. I don't care.
I think you wish that when you go to sleep at night, Avery. You just come down, AHSOKA, come down.
Yes, save me from this misery. Like, oh God, I would just be like, oh my. All right, yes, your favorite AHSOKA merch.
My favorite AHSOKA, I think it would have to be, because I have a lot of art pieces of her, you know. I like. There's not one thing I hate. Let's just put it that way. I think that because it's very difficult to pick one because there's so much I have. Like, I have signed photos by Ashley to me that says my name on it. You know, so those are memorable to me because it has my name on it. I think it would be the art pieces and the clothing, and even everything. Okay. It would just be like everything. I'm gonna say everything. Like, the only things I don't like of AHSOKA's is when it doesn't look like her. That's what I'll say.
I agree. If
it doesn't look like her, I don't even try. I don't push the button.
Same. If I've rejected not rejected. I have not wanted to buy certain like fan art of her or didn't like certain fan of her because a lot of people like to do this. She has a very nice like big nose. People try to skinny it out, and as someone with a not very beauty standard nose, I hate that because I feel like that's just taking away a part of her. I know it's not as deep as other people, but like I just think it really says it when people kind of, I guess, whitewash her features in a way, because she does have features that are prominent with women of color. So I just feel like if it's whitewashed, I'm not with it. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's understandable. Because everybody has their take on what she looks like. You know, like that's why with my pin business, I try to make her look like AHSOKA. Like I'm very for her. Like I'm very like you can make someone else a little different. You can do that, but with AHSOKA, you gotta nail it. That's all I say about it. With
I have to see her.
Yeah.
I have to see her. And there have been so many times where I've seen pins and artwork or something, or some renditions, where I'm like, that does not look like her at all. It looks like you just put on a face and markings and you called it a day. Like, you don't really care. So that's why I don't want to put my money into something where people don't care and they're just doing it for the fast money. Because especially after she gained recognition, a lot of people got on the bandwagon of just making AHSOKA stuff just to get some money. And I'm like, I ain't with that. She deserves better. Okay.
So what is your favorite thing of AHSOKA's that you have?
So this is kind of a really big flex, but it's both a merch of AHSOKA and it's from Ashley herself.
Oh, it's the thing you posted.
I think you know what it is. So this is a big flex, but I love it.
That's awesome.
It is, so if nobody knows this, this is a signed artwork of AHSOKA from Dave Filoni himself, gifted to me from Ashley.
How can I steal that from you now?
No, you are not. I'm planning on when I die to put this in the will that's gonna be buried with me. Like, you could give me, you could be like, I want it for $20 million and you can have a free education. You can be friends with Beyonce. I don't care. You can have all that. And I'd be like, no. And it's literally like a one-of-a-kind art piece, because as a fanatic, I've seen every single art piece Dave has done. He has not done this before. And if I took it out of the frame, you would see the bleeding marks on it. And it's actual, like, Lucasfilm paper. So, like, literally from his desk. Like, see? There's that
Ashley,
writing.
you need to send me one now. Ashley, if you're watching this, send me it. Thanks.
And if you guys are curious, how come she sent you that? Well, it's a long story short. I was supposed to go to her book signing. And I had mentioned on Twitter that I wasn't able to go. Because at the time, it was like in 2017, there was a limit with how many people could go through. It was like, if you came there, you got a wristlet, and there was only so many they could give out. And at the time, it was like 4 hours away. And I knew I wouldn't be able to make it, and I was upset. And so this was back when she used to be on her Universe account before she made it personal. She told me that she would save me a spot. But the thing is, the day of the event would be the day after the week trip that I was with my family from Disney, so my dad would have been way too tired to do that. And we were going from Florida to Nashville. So he was already so tired, so I told her I couldn't go. And she was doing some fast forward 4 or 5 years later, she mentioned to me on DM, she said, oh, hey, I've been cleaning out something and I found something for you. I didn't know what it was, but she said it's going to be sent to you in the mail. And I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know why she's sending me anything, but okay. So I opened it, and actually she sent me other stuff. Hold up. There's more stuff. So first in there, that is not it. There it is. First was this card, and she hand wrote it.
Oh, wow.
Yep, her signature. Yeah, she mentions the signing right there. And you can read the whole thing on my, I posted the whole thing. And then she's got me these.
Oh, Clone Wars stickers?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And they're like actual, like old school, like 2000, like trademark 2008, like old school. And then this Star Wars Lucasfilm Fan Club.
Fan Club.
Yeah, so I went through those, and then I was like, oh, there's one more thing. My jaw went all the way to the fucking floor. I went, no. I went, no, this is not it. Because he doesn't sell his art.
He doesn't.
And he doesn't do signings. So nobody, unless you work with him, nobody has his drawings.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I immediately, shush, Turk. I love you, but shush, that's my cat. I was like, oh my god. So I called my group group of friends who are McKenna, Halo, and Sydney. If you recognize those names, they were also on Instagram. But I immediately called them on our group chat. And they're like, what? Sydney was like, what's up? And I was like, holy fuck, I got Ashley's package. She's like, what'd you get? And I showed her, she went. all of them freaked out. All of them freaked out. And we were like, oh my God. And then the funny thing is, I showed it to my parents. Because Dad, he's really into Star Wars too. And Mom just casually watches it with us. But they know who Dave was because they watched the making of The Mandalorian, so they know of him.
Oh, okay.
And also because I would talk about him a lot because he's god tier amazing. So I was literally like, oh, she gave me this, she gave me that, she gave me a card. Oh, and you know what else she gave me? Oh, just nothing big, nothing too big. You know, just a one-time signing by Dave Filoni. And we just had dinner, so Mom was like, wash your hands, Avery, put it down, wash your hands, touch it. And so we got a frame a few days later. So now it's my proudest flex because I don't have a lot of stuff to flex about, but it's a humble brag. I like to.
That's awesome.
Because I mean, who has that? Who does? And
No
since there's like exactly, and I'm just like, literally, I even told Anne, his wife, because I talk to her sometimes, and I told her about how like someone could give me $1 million and I wouldn't sell it, and she was like, "Girl, for $1 million, I get you another one."
I know.
I was like, "Girl, it's fine." I was like, "Girl, no."
I gotta hit the wife up now. I gotta hit Dave's wife up saying, "Listen, Ann, I need a drawing. Sorry."
Right? Oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. Everybody always acts when I tell people, they think like it's like an exclusive thing. She likes talking to fans. She likes following them. She likes liking their posts. Like it's Anne E. Convery, and I don't know if her profile is private or public. She kind of changes it, but I mean, she's always down. Do you hear anything from fans? She likes talking to them. Like you don't have to like know her super closely. You can just be like, oh hey Anne, I love what Dave does, and I love the fact that he named a character Bo-Katan after you and your cat. That's super cool.
So that's the one thing I gotta do now. That's on my to-do list now. That's on my to-do list.
Oh yeah, the next thing I need to get is a Beyonce autograph. If I got a Beyonce autograph, oh my god. I also love Beyonce. There is Star Wars, AHSOKA, and Beyonce. Three things I love. Three things I love. Three things.
Now the next question, Avery.
All right. So, okay, hold up. So, thoughts on the live-action AHSOKA in The Mandalorian? I'll let you go first.
Say that again, Avery.
Sorry, hold up. My cat wants to get out. I'm sorry. He's a whiny baby. I know, you're mad. I know. Oh, now you want to come in? These things. Okay, so it was thoughts on the live-action AHSOKA in The Mandalorian and the TV series up and coming.
What can I say about that? In my opinion, I love Rosario. I like what Ahsoka did in the show. And some of when she was training Grogu, let's put it this way, one of the biggest scenes in Star Wars right now, and I think it's gonna go down in history, is Ahsoka holding the child, is holding Grogu. Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted. If she was in The Mandalorian season 2,
same.
I wish for that, and I have that picture signed by her. Same.
That's what I wanted too, because I loved Grogu and Ahsoka, and I was like, can she hold him? Can she hold him? And when she did, I went, yes. I love them both so much, and I was like my babies.
I literally sat there, and when she was talking to him, I was like, pick him up.
Yes.
Do it.
Me. That was literally me.
And then she picked him up. I was like, that's a pin design. I was like, that's it. I was like, that's what I wanted. Now, like,
Right.
like my favorite characters of all time in Star Wars are Ahsoka, Anakin, Grogu, Omega, Thrawn. I love Thrawn, and I love Qui-Gon. You know, those are my top 6, and then it goes, and then I can keep going, but those are my favorite. Like top 5, I could say all those. Qui-Gon's in there too. Qui-Gon's I have 6, but Qui-Gon could be in there. We love Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah.
But,
especially that
yeah,
word
like,
smile.
that's
oh no,
what
wait,
I
that's
want.
Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto, yes.
I need to shut up. I'm sorry.
That's what I really wanted in The Mandalorian, if she would come. And she did what I wanted her. She did. She delivered. And I think some scenes you could see her, like, as the Clone Wars, like, we see her through the Clone Wars. Like, I miss Ashley. Don't get me wrong. I really missed Ashley's voice in there.
Agree.
And a lot of people were not liking her her headpiece, her lulik. I think that's how you say it. But in reality, she could not move live action if she was fighting.
Yeah.
That headpiece would be too heavy. It would be down to almost here. Maybe even further. Because we know, like, Shakti's was all the way, like, to her, like, her body, like, down here. But I think Rosario did good. Could she do better? Yeah. Like, we love this character so much. It's like our character, you know? Like, it's like, it's Dave's, it's Ashley's, now it's mine. It's yours.
Right.
It's that one's, it's this one. You know?
She's our baby. We love her.
So, did she do good in The Mandalorian? Yeah. Because she did some things better? Yeah. But for the most part, I'm not disappointed because it's live action. It's very hard to bring her character live action because she's not a human. She's not like us. She's what's her race called?
Togruta.
Togruta. I was gonna say something else, but I knew it wasn't that.
Oh, you're fine.
You know, so she's not human. You know, she's a Togruta, and they're very hard to bring to life because you gotta paint them, you gotta get the skin complexion done because they're all orange. You know, they're all like orange. I think Shakti was maybe a little red orange, but
actually, hold up. I don't mean to fansplain. They're actually in different colors and tones. Because remember in that Star Wars, Clone Wars, the slave arc?
Yes.
They're all different shades, but yeah, because you can interpret them. And especially since when we saw Shakti in the episode, I think 2? Episode 2, you can see that it was when they did a lot of, you know, what's the name? It's not CGI, but it's like, you know, prosthetics. Yes. And so that is definitely something difficult, especially when we're so used to seeing her in animation. It's like, how are they going to do that now? Because that was like back in like 90s, you know, and now we're 2021. No, well, at the time, 2020. But, you know, definitely.
And it's very hard to see, like, Clone Wars Ahsoka Season 7 is the best Ahsoka, in my opinion. Season 7 Ahsoka, when she brings her attire, it's like, bring it here, girl. Just give me a hug, and then that's it. Like, bring it here. You know?
She needs a hug. She does.
I just want to hug her, you know? That's
she needs a nap, some food, some water, a reassurance therapy, all the things.
all the 9 yards. Everything. And I'm very excited to see her in the Ahsoka series. I'm very happy. The only thing, like, I'm gonna miss is like when if D. Bradley Baker does the voice, you know, it's Tamir Morrison that's gonna play him, but Tamir Morrison will play Captain Rex. Ezra Bridger, you know, Tyler Gray is not playing Ezra Bridger. He's not gonna do the voice. You know, it's gonna be Mina Musar. You know, it's Sabine.
Right.
Like, I want Tia to do the live action. Right. But I guarantee you, she's not gonna do the live action. So someone else is gonna.
Right.
You know, like. That's the sad part because these characters, we first know these characters in animation. To bring them live action, just like the Bad Batch, like with Omega. Like, now I'm very particular of Omega. Is she gonna go live action? Do I want her to go live action? Like, to me, I don't agree of going live action. To me, no.
Yeah.
Even with the Bad Batch, do not put them live action. No. You could put Captain Rex because Captain Rex, he could fit that description. You know?
Definitely.
Tamir Morrison can do that. But who's going to play Hunter? Who's going to play Crosshair? You're going to get Tamir Morrison and face them like they did with Luke?
Yeah, and not to downplay his acting skills, but I mean, it's so different because Dee does the voices, and he is just so impressive. I'm impressed by that man and how he can do that. But Tamir Morrison, I just think I'm not trying to downplay his acting skills in case somebody knows him or loves him so much. I just think that would be way harder to do, especially with live action. I think it'd just be time consuming and just, I mean, there was a reason why a lot of times they had the clones with their helmets on in the movies and very rarely had them off, or had a lot of close-ups or CGI. There was the reason why we didn't have them, face to face a lot or in big groups in the movies, because we couldn't, and they often had to CGI all the clones in that big scene, where they pan out,
Yeah, the Attack of the Clones one, right?
Yeah, that was all CGI. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like that would just be pain in the butt for Tamir Morrison and also just for anybody working on it. I mean, if he was like, oh, I'd do it, cool, but I just think that would be a lot of stress.
Yeah, and just
very time consuming.
Yeah, and the characters have their own like they're all different from each other. Every clone is very different. See, D. Bradley Baker puts on the voice for each one. They might all sound the same, but Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, Tech, Echo, they don't all sound the same.
Exactly, and D has had years to work on that. Tamir Morrison only now just got back in the game, and I just think that would just be something he wouldn't be able to meet up, and I just don't think that'd be fair. Because then I feel like if he didn't, then people would be rude and criticize him and be like, oh, why he can't do it like D? Well, he also wasn't voicing hundreds of different clones for the past 13 years.
Yeah.
So that just would also be unfair. I feel that would be putting him in an unfair position for him and his skills and for the group. Like, I just think it's just way easier for them to be animated and just how it is with D. Bradley Baker right now. I think just likewise, it would just be too much for them.
Yeah.
Too much.
Even with Ahsoka, like Rosario, yeah, she is the live action version. Absolutely. But do I want Ahsoka to die in live action? No.
No, that is, yep.
Mm-hmm. Animation version, she could die.
That's what me and my friends talk about.
Because they're making they're making Clone Wars again. They're making animation movies. Yeah. So if Ahsoka's in those movies, you can kill her off in live action. Not live action, animation. That's what I want. That's how I want Ahsoka to go in animation.
That's actually what me and my friends talk a lot about, and one of them always references that Dave technically said something like that, where he said her story would end in animation, and I agree, because that's what we're so familiar with, and I also think it would give him more of the flexibility with the story, because, I mean, I guess it's time consuming with animation, but you get a lot more freedom with what you want as effects, scenery, like everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot more room there, but with live action, there's a lot more money, set building, like, it's a whole lot more, so I honestly think it would just be better if she were to pass, because at one point she has to pass, because I just think it'd be disrespectful to end it just on a whatever, like, we need, like, how everyone got that Luke moment for longtime fans, we need that with her.
Yeah.
We need that. So,
we do.
Yeah.
And I think the best way is in animation, because people, like, even with D. Bradley Baker, like, you put them, even with Matt Lanter playing Anakin, James Arnold Taylor, they put in the work for these characters more than even the original actors who play the live action versions. They really have, and been playing them longer, technically. Yeah. I mean, technically, Matt's been playing Anakin longer than Hayden Christensen. No disrespect to Hayden, but technically, he's been playing him longer. And I love Matt Lanter. I love Clone Wars Anakin. Like, that's the best.
Me too.
Best Anakin.
It really, honestly, the fact that people for so long were like, Clone Wars does nothing for the show. It's like, if you didn't like Anakin, you would love him now. Because it made him what he should have been. Because we went from seeing a little boy, and then we went to someone who was like this late teen, who was just like, I want to be the title of master. Because there was none of that context. Because you just saw him as more whiny, and as, I especially blame it on the writing, especially with it, because George, like, I love you, George, but you can't write romance, and you can't write some things. Like, we love you, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even he admits it. He's like, I probably shouldn't have been as involved as I was. But, you know, like, you know, especially with the romance part, like, don't do that again. You can't do it. Stop. But yeah, it's, you know, Clone Wars, the series adds that context, you know, of how for years, you know, he was just this conflict with light and dark, and then with it conflict with his wife, and then he has to deal with attachments, like now with AHSOKA, and then Obi-Wan, Padme, all this, and then just everything, especially with Mortis, and then with season 6 and 7, it just adds so much context. So then when you watch episode 3, you see him complaining, you know, about they won't give me the title of master. Beforehand, you probably think you're just complaining, that should be an honor. But now you get it, because you see how they treated him, and how he was treated, and how he was a respected general and Jedi alike. And they were just kind of like, there. Especially after what they did to Ahsoka. Showing how so easy they were to, you know?
But in reality, to me, Anakin is right master.
Exactly. I agree. I think he should have been master if they were going to give him that title. Honestly.
Because Ahsoka was his Padawan. Obi-Wan had Anakin. Kit Fisto had a Padawan. His Padawan died in the Clone Wars. Plo Koon had a Padawan. You know? Like, Yoda had Dooku. Lost Dooku. You know? So, like, you're not ranked master. Like, even Ahsoka calls him Master Skywalker, or Master Anakin, or Master Sky Guy. You know?
Right.
Like, so it's like, and then in the movie, you are not ranked master. What? How is Anakin Skywalker not ranked master? He's the chosen one. He had a Padawan. He got trained. Like,
and here's the thing, too. They were also so ready to knight her, which means, technically, he did his job. So the fact that they were like, you're not material, it's like, okay, then why were you going? Because in my thinking, if the youngling isn't ready, that also means the Jedi Knight is not yet to get the level of master. And it just shows you how quickly the council likes to brush things off just to get everything, you know, done. And just since they rushed the kids younger out into war, like Ahsoka should have been out in the war at 14, but they were like, we need, you know, because they were turning more military than ever. And like, it just shows the incompetence and just how flawed the council was. And that's what it revealed. And I really think that if people want to keep talking about how I don't want to watch cartoons because it's for kids, it's like, you're missing a lot of context. And if you want to keep hating on the prequels, then like, you're just missing out. It adds layers. Like, honestly, even with Clone Wars saved the prequels. I'm gonna be honest. The Clone Wars saved the prequels. I love the prequels as themselves. There's some flaws, a lot of it, but Clone Wars saves it, in my personal opinion. And it adds layers that were not able to be introduced.
Yeah, even with like, people hate on Rebels for their animation. Rebels is one of the most important shows. Like, these animation shows, like the Bad Batch, like lots of people loved it and lots of people hated it. But in reality, the Bad Batch is going to go down in one of the important animation shows in Star Wars. You know, Clone Wars is the most important one in Star Wars. You know, Rebels. Exactly. You're gonna, like, to me with Luke. Like, I like Luke, not my favorite. He's not. But who started the rebellion? Who did all that? It wasn't Luke. Yeah. Luke joined it. Yeah. And then Luke became this awesome...
it was technically his sister, then her father, you know, Bail and then Ahsoka. Technically, they kind of all started. In my opinion, they all really started it because remember Bail in her book with Fulcrum and
Leia came in later, but it was Bail.
Later. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, but Bail, she was there, but Luke joined later.
Yes.
Yeah, but Luke joined later, and that's what I hate. I hate it when people, especially certain fans, like to call Rey or Ahsoka Mary Sue's, and I'm like, Luke is a Mary Sue. He is. Do you remember that there was like this whole fan debate on TikTok or Twitter that was like, because Dave said something about how Ahsoka was more skillful than Luke, and people were pissed. And it's like, because she has years of experience on top of him, was trained by not only his father, but his master in Yoda and Plo. Like, everyone has way more of experience. And yet, he jumps off with Obi-Wan, he gives him a few wise words, and then he spends like 5 minutes with Yoda, and apparently he's the almighty Luke. And I'm like, no, she could have, like, Luke, when he was training with Yoda, she would have bench-pressed him. She would have beat his ass. Like, I'm sorry if you don't like to admit that, but she does. She is literally his mentor, in a way.
This is what I'm going to say about that. You know, I don't compare that. Me and my friends go at it like Luke is powerful. Yes, Luke is very powerful. We're not saying that he's not powerful. You know? Yeah. But like Dave Filoni says, who's been training him? You know, who trained Luke to be in The Mandalorian this awesome that knows all Yoda's skillful fighting style, Obi-Wan's, the Crush, Anakin's, you know, he learns all this stuff, but we don't get that backstory, you know, like Mark Hamill said, like, oh, wonder what was Luke doing? I want to know what Luke was doing after returning. Oh,
yeah.
Well, we don't get
definitely.
That. You know? But with that, I can definitely say Ahsoka is very skillful. Yes. Do I think she can beat Luke? I don't think so. But she can give him a run for his money. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think because if they were both like Last Jedi Luke and then current Ahsoka, like adult, like Rebels, they would be a tether. But since she's older, I would say she has leverage, especially since at the time, because remember, they're the twins. So he was 16, she was 16. Yeah. Leia was 16. Definitely has leverage. She has training, like everything. The fact that people say that A New Hope Luke could beat Ahsoka, like Rebels or even teenage Ahsoka, it's like, guys, no.
Ahsoka is very fast. Even in Clone Wars, we all saw how she could move. Even when she was running away from the clones as she got framed for the bombing. She was running like she won $1 million and she wasn't coming back till next summer. Like, she was very fast. If you put Clone Wars Ahsoka Season 7 up against New Hope Luke, sorry, Luke, you lost. But if you put Rebels Ahsoka up against Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian,
I think we can get something.
Then we can say maybe Luke has the upper hand. Because now Ahsoka is older. Like, Luke's got to be maybe in the Mandalorian 30, maybe 20, late 20s, maybe 30. Ahsoka's 50.
She's about, hold up. Yeah, she's close. She's about late 40s. Sorry, yes. Me and my Ahsoka friends, we are like the encyclopedia of Ahsoka. So if you're like, how old was she in the series? We would be able to fucking tell you. So, yeah, she would be in about her late 40s. Yes.
Yeah. So
early 50s, probably.
I definitely think, you give Mandalorian, just like someone compared Anakin and Luke. We're not going to get into that one. But
that's just a mess. That's just a mess of fan theory in itself.
That is, and that could be my own theory, because we have our own opinions about that. I'm not going to get into that, but just like that, like who do you think would win, Revenge of the Sith or the Mandalorian Luke? I say I don't care, because they're both, at the end of the day, both Jedi. They're both father and son. One is going to be powerful. It's always like those movies. The son will outweigh the father. the son will be better
Yeah.
than the father ever was.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
like how people would say Ahsoka was, just like how you want the, sometimes, I think Obi-Wan said it, sometimes the student is the teacher.
Yeah.
I think there was definitely those times where Ahsoka definitely taught Anakin some things, and I think in like, I know in some novels, they're not canon anymore, but like the Karen Traviss ones, he definitely would mention certain things, like, you know, she teaches me certain things, and also the fact that Obi-Wan famously said, "You should listen to your Padawan," and he was, and Anakin was like you do yours. You know, she was definitely in a lot of ways a mixture of both Luke and Obi-Wan, and that's what I love about her character. She has like his sassiness and his, you know, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna give the sassiness to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, I would say, is sassy.
He is. He's a little sassy,
his
mama.
sassiness, his, yeah, especially in, I'm going all over, but like, you know, in her novel, when she sees Bail and she's in the chair, and it describes that she turned it around like all dramatic.
Yeah.
I remember somebody posted on Tumblr and said Obi-Wan would be so proud of her, and I'm like, yes, because that's what he would do. Dramatic.
And you know what?
Like,
and you know
so
what? Like,
good.
we don't see that. You know, we don't see Obi-Wan ever meeting Ahsoka again. Like, it's so sad. Like, Ahsoka sees Yoda one last time.
It sucks.
I know. Like, I hope we get something maybe in the Kenobi, but I doubt it.
That's yeah, that's something I thought about, because I mean, and this is what it kind of pissed me off when I realized it, because, you know, because Ezra meets Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then Ezra also meets Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
Just how close they were to knowing that the other one existed, but of course Ezra doesn't know that, because he doesn't know that context. He doesn't know shit. It just, like, I just wished, because they told Rex, because Rex did find out Obi-Wan was live in Rebels, which I forgot till I saw a clip of it, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot this happened. I'm gonna go cry now. But yeah.
Avery, come back. Avery.
Okay, there you go. Thank God. Okay, yeah. So what I was saying was that they ended on weird terms, which I really. Okay, my iPad decided to literally like done. So, like, because they ended on bad terms, kind of. I mean, did she tell him the truth? Yes. She's like, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be fair. And I was like, tell him, bitch. Fucking tell him. I was like, tell that motherfucker. Because he was like, that's not fair. And she was like, I'm not trying to be. And I was like, fucking tell him. I love it when she tells it like it is. I'm just like, fuck yeah. But yeah.
She does. She's learned. You know, she's grown. Just like,
yeah, it's.
We're going in and out, Avery.
Oh, it froze for a minute. Oh, God. It keeps freezing. I'm so sorry. I think it's my internet. My internet's always super weird at night. And I'm like...
That's okay. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to end the show now.
And then
we'll do another. We'll do a part 2.
Part
with
2.
Avery.
Oh my gosh, yes, because we're about literally almost an hour. I'm so sorry for my rambling.
That's okay. That's what the show is all about, rambling. But Avery, before we go, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
Okay, so mainly on Instagram, because every other socials I don't really use too much. I am the Fangirl Awakens, and then on my personal account, I am Avery K. Tano, and you can always message me on either and be like, hey, I saw you on the show. What's up?
And Avery's got to subscribe to the channel, right, Avery?
Oh, I'm already subscribed. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm already subscribed.
You got it, girl. You can do it.
I did. Yes.
But guys, you can follow me on Scavoli everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, The Scavoli Show, The Scavoli Tano Show, The Scavoli Store, Chris_Scavoli Tano on all those social medias. I'll put the links down in the bio. Part 2 is coming very soon with Avery. We're going to talk everything Ahsoka. We're going to ask the most 2 important questions next episode. Is Ahsoka Tano alive in The Rise of Skywalker, and why? I know I did this a lot. I think I did this a previous episode. with someone, I think. But now we're going to do it with Avery because I really want to get Avery's perspective on if she is
Thank
alive.
you.
She can hear my perspective if she is alive. And then, another question is, if Ahsoka never left the temple, if she was never framed, do you think Anakin Skywalker would become Darth Vader? And we'll leave it
This
at that.
question has intrigued everybody, but you'll find out soon.
You'll find out soon. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scavola Talent Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, sexiness, awesomeness, Ahsoka-ness, Grogu-ness, and Omega-ness, all in that order, and Star Wars jazziness. Woo! Be kind to one another, guys, and may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Bye!
Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.